Hello guys, welcome to whoops, okay, there's already one fault. Let me resize this real quick. There we go already. Hello guys, welcome to the Flamish Experience, another week, another show. And today we have a special guest on the line, of course, like we do have every week. But this week is gonna be a little bit special because I got my first guest of the Iron Lords. So today we have Lord Addict on the show. Hi, Lord Addict. Welcome.
What's going on? I appreciate the invite.
Yeah. So no problem. I don't have those fancy how do you say them, like intros that Lord Cognito does every time. So
Yeah, well,
I'm a little
most
bit more straightforward to that.
pretty much no one has those intros, so you're fine.
Yeah, I think the closest one is Boom. Like Boom tries to do something like that. He even said that last time on the show, like last week. So that's he's like taking a little bit of a. He writes some notes down about how he said it. Can everyone hear me? The sound should be fine. Yes, there we go. Okay, so first thing on the block, we have some Astro Playroom gameplay in the background, courtesy of Git Grizz Gaming. I'm subscribed and you see the like. So that's one of the first videos of today. And yeah, so my other guest on the show, Mav-Fun Speculation, has not responded to my messages. So maybe I'll come in a little bit later, but at the moment I don't know. So if you want to be on the show, just DM me and I'll get you in here because we can use one more guest like Matt. Maybe you're interested. We'll see about that up. And by the way, welcome to the show, guys, like Marion, Matt, Iron Lords podcast, of course. Welcome to the show. So, yeah, is there something you want to talk about, Addict? Like, is there something on your mind that you really, like, I want to get this off my chest? Or,
Not really. Most of the time, I'm in these podcasts to get that outlet out, so I don't normally have stuff to rant about.
okay, yeah, I'll take it over there as the host, of course. But mostly the show is a little bit different. Like it's not your particular podcast show. I would say it's not really like a podcast even. It's more like just a discussion, like about certain things that we want to talk about, like how long we want to talk about them. Like there's no real thing going on, like a structure or something. Like it could be about anything. For all I care. So first of all, so are you gonna get both consoles next week?
No, I'm only getting an extra right now.
Okay, and is there a particular reason for that?
I mean, besides Demon Souls, there's nothing I really want to play on the platform.
Yeah, I got the same issue at the moment. Like for me personally, like the only game I want to play at the moment is actually Miles Morales, but you can play that on the PS4. And actually, today's I actually sold my PS4. I got like the offer of €240 with 5 games. And the controller, I'm like, yeah, I'll sell for that amount. Like that's actually a pretty good deal, I have to say. So I just sold my PlayStation 4 for that. So I was like, yeah, why not? Um,
I sold mine with just a controller for 250.
yeah, okay, well, that's also really good. Like, it's, I think for the older consoles, it's a really good price, like around that part. So, yeah. And with the new consoles about the horizon, like I'm not gonna play my PlayStation 4 even anymore. Like I'm not excited to play my PlayStation 4 anymore, especially with the Series X, how fast it's going to load, and having all those digital games. Like I'm going full digital next gen anyway. Like that's one of my main priorities. So what do you think? Are you going?
I've been full digital this whole generation pretty much. Like when they let you share a digital library, it was just more beneficial for you to team up with someone than to pay for everything by yourself. And I know people want to trade stuff in, but my thing is like the money you're saving if you actually game and not just like buy one game a year is more than you would get from trading into a used market retailer.
Yeah, yeah, that's. I'm also buying like the digital PlayStation 4 next year when they're available in Belgium because at the moment there's only those pre-orders and they're gone. So yeah, I had to wait anyway. Otherwise, like, I think it's a little bit sad that we don't have that much pre-orders like available everywhere. Like, uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there was the PlayStation. I mean, the Xbox had less, but the PlayStation, I think my store only had like 6 or 7.
wow. Yeah,
So
I don't know. They suspected 50 in my store, like PlayStations. That's what they said at launch. But I'm like, really? I think they not even got 10, like, to be honest. Like, they told me they could not tell me when I will get my system. Like, I pre-ordered one, but then I actually canceled it because I'm like, I wanna see when I
oh, I
get.
wouldn't have done that, man. That's money here, man. I'd had that pre-order. I'd put that stuff on eBay, anything, man. People will buy that.
Yeah, the problem is I would not get one at launch. So the issue was my store in Belgium, like the Game Mania here in Sint Niklaas, they actually let you go pre-order the system from last year August. So that's a year almost in advance. So first of all, it's bullshit. I wanna call them out for that. Second of all, so you're not it's not available to pre-order like you were on the list, but yeah. So when I pre-ordered the system after they said it was going out for pre-order, I was number 2 on the 50.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to. I have a friend. He was able to secure me a pre-order, but he lives on the other side of the states, so I had to wait like 3 or 4 days for it to get here. And obviously, me being extra, that's not good enough. So now I got as long as my GameStop has them, I'm gonna call tomorrow to double check. But I'm pretty confident they're gonna have at least one. I'm going to wait in line for probably 6 to 8 hours to get me one day one.
Wow. Yeah, Clowns is doing the same thing like Italian Clowns. He's gonna stand outside of GameStop tomorrow evening because he didn't get the Series X on the pre-order. Like he was in line in the store, like on the store. But like, have you heard the baby? Like his baby, the story that the baby actually stole his Series X.
No, I didn't hear about that. That's crazy. The baby just robbed someone. Like he came up and said, "Give me that Xbox." Like, is that what's going on here?
No, I'll
Did that happen in your area? If babies are robbing people in your area, that is definitely something I'm not doing. I ain't going nowhere near your place. Where you live? Where you live again? Like,
No, so I'll tell you how it happened. So basically, he tried to get a Series X, right? And he went into a line, and the line was like, normally you should be in the right amount of people that were there to get the Series X, like one pre-order, right? So he was in line, and there was a guy in front of him that had like children with him or something, and then at the end, like a girl came actually in front of the line where the children were, and the dude was like, "Yeah, the baby is holding the spot."
wow, that's crazy. That's genius, man. Like, I even thought about like getting a tent and like putting it in front of GameStop and just going to bed in the tent. And then like when I wake up, if and like mean stare people if they try to like cut me.
Hmm.
It's like, no, my tent was here. I slept here. I don't know why you trying to take my spot, but you better get out of the line. Like,
Yeah, actually, that's something you could prove. You could also take a picture from when your tent was there. Like, I think America on that part is like a little bit less like they're a little bit more cutthroat. I would say, like more to themselves, right? because here in Europe and Belgium and stuff, it's more like a little bit more gracious, I would say. Like when you get something, it's not like I've heard stories about America about that. So
Oh yeah,
I
we are a very ruthless, savage country. That's for sure.
yeah, that's something I heard.
If I would literally go. There's people that will literally buy consoles here, and I'm sure it's everywhere. But I'm sure a lot of these people buying these platforms and these Jordans and stuff, selling them for quadruple the price on YouTube on on eBay. I'm sure a lot of them are coming from America. Buy a PS5. No, so many people want to get their hands on that PS5. Oh, you can go get one. It's called on eBay, but I'm gonna charge you $900.
Yeah, is Lord King not
Oh yeah, he's definitely on the you're gonna give me your 2 months 2 months of the mortgage. That's how much you're gonna give me for that PlayStation 5. And I'm jealous because I didn't have the startup cost to get me 3 or 4. See, I'm not talking from a point where I wouldn't do this. No, I would do this tenfold. I would grab 10 PS5s, 10 Xbox One Series X's or Xbox Series X. You can have them, but you're gonna have to give me half the money you got in your wallet.
yeah, probably. Like, if I would not do the same. Like, I'm just not that kind of guy because I like to get everyone like should have a Series X or PlayStation 5 when they want to. Like, I'm too good for people. Like, there's some stuff that happened when I was younger, so I'm always like to get the best out of people and see them for a good judgment. You know, that's why I'm the positive gamer. That's one of the reasons. And I actually talk a lot more about that when I'm on Prophet show. I have a show with Prophet coming up where I'm gonna talk more about all that stuff, like why I'm positive and stuff, how that all happened. But yeah, it's amazing, man. Like, you, I just think like if you can't do it, do it. But it's just nothing for me personally. Like I would never take someone's Series X. Like maybe they have like.
See, but that's the wrong mentality, man. It was never their Series X. It was mine. I'm the one that bought it. But they can buy it. It's gonna be a little bit more money. Like,
Yeah.
how serious are you about that Series X, man? Are you $800 serious, or are you gonna wait next year serious? That's up for you to decide.
Man, like.
Ain't nobody holding guns to these people's heads. They don't have to buy these consoles.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, I do understand that. Like, for one reason, like I could see that, but just not in my eyes. You know, like my conscience would go against it. Like it would be, no, Gregory, you're not gonna do that. You're just gonna let them have it for the low price that they should pay, and
So
not
be like,
pay,
man,
give
you
them
shouldn't
extra.
do that. And then I'd look at him like, but you know what? That'll buy me so much food. It's unreal. So I'm definitely uh, I'm bribable. I've said that multiple times in ILP, man. I'm bribable.
Yeah, I think many people are like, you always have a price. Everyone has the price.
Look,
For me, it should be very high, but everyone has a price.
I've been looking my whole life to sell out, man. I just ain't got that opportunity yet.
Yeah. Also, if someone else can like poke at Mav-Fun Speculation on Twitter, maybe get him to join because he we need to be here. Damn it! Like, where is he? Is he hiding somewhere? Like he doesn't want to be here today? Like that's not how this works. But I cannot reach him, so that's a little bit sad. I would say it would be more fun with three people, of course. But man, I love this conversation already. Like, what do you think of this show so far?
It's definitely loose. It's definitely loose. I'm used to more like constructive things, like topics and stuff, or I can like
Hmm.
get a good idea of what I'm gonna say before it actually happens. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also extremely good at winging it. So I guess it just I'm probably the Iron Lord that's the best at winging it because they're always have to think of everything the next 10 moves, and I'm just like, oh, there's 10 moves. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the problem with me, I'm so chaotic in my head that I'm just random. Like that's my nature. So that's how I do my shows, and I'm a little bit nervous if you're saying that about the other lords. Like if they're a little bit more topic based and not really winging it that much. Like, well, we'll see. We'll get them on here anyway. So I'm gonna be curious about that. Let's see if the rumors are true. I would say. Oh man, let's switch the game here. We're gonna go to Watch Dogs Legion, and we're gonna see some ray tracing on the Series X. So that's gonna be exciting as well. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that ray
really
tracing was looking nice. I ain't gonna lie.
yes.
But
So
it's not worth that 30 frames. I'll play without being able to see myself in a puddle before I play 30 frames.
I'm gonna check both settings to see how much bacon. Like you have the normal settings when there is some. It's not ray tracing, but it's like baked in stuff. Like they just do it in the puddles, like put them all in themselves.
I should be able to drown people in those puddles, man. That's very disappointing. Those puddles are big, man. Like, especially with all of that detail, drowning people in those puddles couldn't be any better.
Okay. Have you played Watch Dogs Legion, by the way?
Yeah, I played quite a bit of it actually.
Oh yeah. Okay. And you were not like I can't wait for this game to come on Series X. Like
Yeah, I'm waiting for it for the series. Like I have a good amount of it already played, and I could probably beat it in a couple hours. But I want to just go ahead and wait for the Series X version.
okay. Yeah, for me it's like I tried this game, right? And when I was playing this game, the first 5 minutes I get frame drops. And I'm like, fuck no. I'm gonna wait for my Series X next week, like 2 weeks out. I'm gonna wait for it and then just play when it comes out. Like I can't
Microsoft
deal
really
with
should have
this.
reached. Microsoft should have really did whatever they could and got this game delayed to the launch.
Yeah, actually they should. Like it would be a nice showpiece for the Series X. That's what I'm saying. Like just the ray tracing and the lighting effects that are when you're at night, like you're seeing now, but it's actually raining. When it's raining and you see all those puddles on the ground all the time, like with all ray tracing effects and with the cars flying by, with the reflections, that's so good. That looks so well done. That I've seen on other videos, of course. I haven't seen it on my full OLED TV, and because of YouTube, has some compression like they still do. It's not like the full picture you're gonna get. Like it's still gonna be that little bit more crisp when you're playing the game yourself on your Series X next week, which is actually 2 days. It's really close. Like I'm so excited. Like I can jump in my seat up and down if I want, but I don't want to like.
I just hope I'll be able to get one day one without too many issues.
Yeah. I hope you will get one as well. Like it's really next gen is around the corner, so it's whew, and getting those exciting vibes. And yeah, for me, like I just hope it gets here on time because I ordered it in my local media market, which is like our version of let's say Amazon or something like that.
Hmm.
But more like an electronic store alone. So I don't know, like, is it more like a Walmart or something like that, or what's the equivalent in America? Because
Uh, I think it would be Walmart.
yeah, something like Walmart then probably. Like the thing about the mini market, like they said my Series X will arrive on that day, but they haven't confirmed my order yet. They haven't given me a tracking number yet, and it's Sunday evening, so I'm still waiting. And normally it should be here on Tuesday, so I'm really nervous. It's not gonna be there on time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Does it have like any type of tracking info, like when it's supposed to get there or anything?
No, that's what I mean. There's no
So,
tracking
so not
info.
e- not even a date. It just says, I don't know, man. It's looking spooky. You might
Hold
not
on.
get that long.
I'm actually gonna look right now because I actually haven't looked today, and It's actually only taking me like 2 seconds. So let me do this right now.
I have to end up waiting outside that store with everyone else.
No, I can't because I don't have the money for it anymore. Like, it's actually because of gas. Like, if you haven't heard the story, I wanted to buy my Series X on pre-order date, right? And I was ready. Like, my store in Belgium isn't as flooded as they are in America, right? And it was actually surprising that the Series X was still for sale 2 weeks after the pre-order went live. So the Series X was still for sale 2 weeks after the pre-orders went live. And in America, it was sold out in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, something like that. But people had like, okay, hold on. Let's see. Real quick. Come on. Ah, it's still okay. No, I'm not gonna see that anymore. I want to see my mail tomorrow. I hope it's gonna be tomorrow. But no, I still haven't got the tracking number as well. Oh, fucking hell. But what was I talking about?
You was talking about maybe not getting a Series X day one.
Yeah, okay. But before that, I was talking about my Series X. So when I pre-ordered, right? Normally there's an option in my other store, bol.com. It's like a store where you can get everything, like Amazon, but then a smaller version in Belgium Dutch front. And they have an option to pay afterwards. And I called them up front. Like an hour before the pre-orders went live, I'm like, dudes, are you sure I can use that option when the Series X will be there to pre-order in an hour? So I can get the Series X pre-ordered, right? Because I don't have the money at the moment. And I did have the money because my roommate who lives with me didn't pay up his rent a month.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so he was a month behind. So I didn't have my full amount that I need for my Series X. So I'm like, okay, I need to use this pre-order method, right? That's the only method I can use. So I need to be sure he can give it to me. So like they can give it to me on the pay after option. And that didn't happen. Like it went live, I was there, I was on my bus, so I'm a bus driver by trade, and I'm like driving. And it was time, so I put my bus at the side. I said to the people on the bus, I need to do something for a few minutes. Just keep on hanging. I will like go.
So you just put over, like, I'll be right back. You just left them all on the bus.
No. Yeah, I just stand on the side like it's nothing over here in Belgium. Like we can do that. Like I just need to do something on my phone real quick. We'll be back again shortly, going en route, you know? So I told them that and nobody said something. So we're just standing there with my phone, refresh. The orders came live. I saw the pre-order, I put confirm, and then I went to the payment options. And it was grayed out. I could not get my Series X. I'm like, no, why is it grayed out? I called them afterwards. I'm like, why is it grayed out? Why can't I use this payment? You said I could. Oh, yeah, it depends on the computer program. Some people get it, some people don't. And it's not with every product. But you said it would be available. So,
Yeah,
no, okay.
I would be upset too.
And yeah, like, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I will not get one. And then every day I was staring at the screen of Media Market. Like, the Series X is still for sale. The Series X is still for sale. And like 1 week later, I was still seeing that message. I'm like, so I did the most ballsy thing I could do, is just ask people if they could pay me in advance, like pay the Series X for me, because I'm a really genuine dude. If people know that about me, like I'm really like from the community, right? From the people I know. And lucky enough, there was actually someone, Gas from Game On Daily, who actually helped me get my Series X. He actually helped me and paid the money for me. So without him, I wouldn't get the Series X.
That's what's up. Sometimes you put that good energy out there, you'll receive it. See, I put nothing but negative energy out there, so I don't expect that in return.
I don't see negative energy from you flowing right now.
That's because my energy is on empty because I've been up since like 8.
Oh, okay. Then you should always be tired because you're actually a very enjoyable dude at the moment.
Look, I'm going. Just wait. Just get a little bit of energy in me. It gets a lot worse.
Oh, tell me, like, what's something you like? That's Tell me something. Like, give me something here. Like, what happened that's like worse? Tell me one of your examples. What can you give me?
Look, all I can say is sometimes I've gotten very frustrated, very tired, and I've threatened bodily harm on people. So I'm trying to new year, new addict.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to continue down that path. Now I'm still gonna be negative. I'm still gonna have a lot of negative energy go out there, but it's not gonna be that negative.
Okay. Yeah, at least you're on the positive show at the moment, so I try to keep it positive, and I will always try to get the people over there. Like, be positive. Come on. Like, I don't know. Most people feel that I'm like the positive dude. Like, I try to take people with me to the positive side all the time because I'm just like that. Like, I really want to bring the positivity into everyone, like up, so it bleeds out to everyone. Like, I don't even lose my own energy with it because I have so much energy all the time. Only last week I was really bad on my own show. Like 2 weeks ago, I was really bad on my own show. I didn't like. I don't know. I had a really bad day, I guess. But normally it's really fun. Like, yeah.
Hey,
We all have a bad day someday. So the next gameplay is gonna be Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It's gonna be interesting because this game is on the Switch, and I haven't checked it out yet. There's a free demo, so yeah, it looks interesting. Do you play the Switch? Oh, I hear something.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, there's someone else in the show.
yeah,
Though.
can you hear me, Flemish?
Ah, there he is, the lost son, the prodigy.
Dude, you told me the wrong time,
No, I told you 4 p.m.
and it's 3:30.
No. 4
For
p.m.
me?
EST.
No, I asked you Central. It's okay though. It's all right. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, glad you are here then.
Actually, he told me last week it was 5 p.m. That's why it caught me off guard when he said, "Be there whenever you
Wait.
want." And I'm thinking, did he really just start this live stream like an
What?
hour, or is like it
Yeah.
about to start in like 30 minutes?
I thought you came on after Green Pass, so I was just hanging out in the Green Pass chat.
But I told you yesterday in the party chat as well.
Yeah, you said at 4, and I was like, "Are you sure it's 4?" Like I said Central Time, and you're like, "Yes, yeah, 4 p.m."
And
I'm
when
like,
I'm
okay,
looking
cool.
at your DM as well, Addict, I said like I'm supposed to be there at 4, so I'll move a few hours to come on. And then I actually, yeah, so 4 p.m. cool. So actually I said 4, but is that is that an hour, like, is that in like 40?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good. It didn't matter, but it's not 4. It's not 4 o'clock yet.
Okay. So did the hour actually already change? Because I'm still confused. Like,
Yes, it changed on the 1st.
this
So
is
Green
so...
Pass Gaming's is still live right now.
Yeah, they always live when I'm live, and like an hour when I'm live, like an hour later, like in
Right.
30 minutes, they normally stop the show. And then they come into me. Like, normally they say hi and stuff.
on.
So that's how this works. But I could not take later, I would say. That would be a little bit too late for me, especially when I have an early shift. Then I still want to have
what
my
time is
3
it
hours
there?
of sleep. 10:30 p.m.
10:30.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, how is everybody?
I'm good. Very good.
Awesome.
I'm tired.
Cool, man.
I don't
So what
care.
were you talking about? I'm hopping in here late, but I'm here.
Random?
Random stuff. Right on.
We're talking about Series X. We're talking about pre-orders, some scummy stuff. No. What I mean is, he was talking about the like selling Series X or PlayStation 5 to other people, like at a more expensive price as well. And that I was not really like, that's not into me, so I wouldn't do the same stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like scalpers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Personally, unless I feel like that I would need to, or you know what I mean, I don't want to, right? But it has crossed my mind, but that's just to each their own, in my opinion, because it's if you actually go through the work to get one and somebody else didn't, then that's a different story. Now, but also how like PlayStation just kind of dropped their consoles out of the blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fans weren't able to get one that are hardcore fans that would have lined up for a day, right? So that kind of sucks for them. But yeah, there's a market for it, but it's not for me.
Yeah, it's for people with money, man. Like paying €800 for a console, or dollars actually, because for
Yeah.
euros it's a little bit cheaper, I guess.
The thing, I know good guys that do that, and I have no issue with it. But just personally, I
No,
don't. It's
yeah.
not something I would do.
If you want to make bank on that, like I understand it's a business. Like you can make
Yeah.
serious money on it, like King is doing. But me personally, I would never do that. Like that's just not in me. But yeah, I do understand people doing it. Like,
Um.
but it's
So are y'all? What do y'all have pre-ordered right now? I know you got your Series X pre-ordered,
yes,
Flamish.
yes,
Do you have one, Addict?
I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
I do, but I have to wait a couple of days for it, and that's not good enough. So I have to go get another one.
Yeah, I hear you, dude. That would drive me crazy. Is it because of a shipping delay or what?
Yeah,
That
I had
sucks.
a friend that picked me up one in Washington,
Oh, okay. So then he's
and
got to get it and then send it to you.
I ain't waiting for it.
Well, they're gonna have some at launch,
That's why
So
I'm saying that's what I'm doing.
right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that did miss out are going to be pleasantly surprised on launch day, and not only just for the Xbox, but also the PS5, because we've seen a lot of the online retailers are starting to say that they're going to have some consoles available on launch day
Yeah, but
online.
I'm pretty sure the PlayStation is only online.
Yeah, it is only online. It's Walmart's going to have, I think, 3 different time slots where the pre-orders are going to go live. So we'll see how that works. The bots are having a heads up now. So I think there's just going to be a higher demand for it because of the lack of in-store consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because I went by my store yesterday, right? When I was trying to sell my games for my PlayStation 4, because I was like, yeah, I'm not going to play them anymore. I'm going to play my Series X alone in my PC. Like, I'm going to put all my time in there. Like, I'm not going to play my PS4 at all.
Yeah.
And like the store was basically closed off. It was just in the beginning, like they put some stuff up in the beginning so they can put the cash register up there, and it's like you just come in the front and it's blocked off completely, and they're like, yeah, you can
Wow.
only pick up stuff now. You can only like trade stuff in if you're gonna pick up stuff, like basically money for money, basically, or for credit in the store. But that's it. There's nothing else you can do. Like next week, I'm gonna pick up my statue from Halo, because I pre-ordered that one. I really wanted that statue. It's gonna be nice there on the side on my webcam, and you're always gonna see it. But I really wanted that statue. I never had this
Did you hear what
statue.
happened to me with the PlayStation?
No.
So last week I traded in my PS4 Pro and one of my Xboxes.
Yeah.
And then the next day I woke up and my wife had just happened to go on to Target.com to check like some makeup or something she ordered or whatever. And she happened to see that it said PS5 pre-order canceled.
No.
So now I don't have my PlayStation 4 Pro and I'm without a PS5 at launch.
Yeah,
It was a bad day.
yeah. I did sell my PS5 4 today, my Pro, as well. Like someone on Facebook actually asked me, like, because I still put it up for sale like a while ago, and I just keep it on there to see what value comes up. Like maybe there's someone that wants to buy it for
Yeah.
a high price. That I'm like, yeah, I'll sell it, and I got my good price for it, like 240 euros, and I'm
Yeah.
satisfied for that. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
have those
good.
few games, have Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2 and stuff. Like, I don't care. I'm always too good for people.
What are y'all getting at launch as far as games?
Me, I got my Valhalla pre-ordered already. And you, Addict?
I kind of just want to play stuff that Sekiro is going to be 60 frames. I want to jump back into that.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
a good one.
Fallout 4. I don't know. I think it was average, but it being 60 frames, it makes me dead
Yeah.
eyeing it a little bit.
That kind of game at 60 frames is a game changer. You know
And
what
the
I mean? Just
load
those open
times.
world massive RPGs, getting those at 60 frames per second. We've never really experienced that before on console, you know?
The load times as well. Like, you're gonna fast travel more
Hmm.
probably because you can just use it more because the load times will be so quick. Like, have you seen those load times from The Witcher 3 that they showed off on the Series X?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like he was traveling like at the
Through
speed
the
of
world.
light. It was
Yeah, through the world. Like, you saw through the world. That was so amazing. Like, yeah, I'm excited for that as well. Like, it's very exciting. This game as well. Wow. It's actually more interesting than I thought it would be.
Yeah, the interesting thing too is speaking of load times, I don't understand like technically
Hmm.
how the Series X is having faster load times than the PS5. I know the velocity architecture and everything like that, but like the backwards compatibility games, they're not really taking advantage of the velocity architecture, right? So
Yeah, but
I'm just confused on how it works. Being I'm not a very tech savvy guy, right? But I do know
mhm.
that the SSD in the PS5 is supposed to be twice as fast as the Series X. So that I'm just kind of I'm not bashing either one because they're both incredibly fast.
Hold on.
It's just confusing to me from a tech perspective on why that would be. You know?
Yeah, first of all, I do want to say I don't like to compare them because they're completely different like systems, and like, you're not gonna notice it anyway. Like, for those few
Right.
seconds, I'm like, do you really care about those few seconds
No.
that you're gonna compare
The
them?
only reason I'm bringing it up is just because that was one of the main selling points and advantages that was touted
Yeah.
highly by that brand. And if you're going to talk about it that much and have it as that big of a focus with your advertisement and talking about what you're showing and how it's different than the competition, and
Mm-hmm.
then when it comes out where they're actually doing these tests and it's not actually seeing a difference there that's dramatic and in a lot of cases actually opposite, right? It
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of makes you question like what is that all about in the first place, or why is it being pushed so hard as a feature, you know, on one versus the other, right? Because that's been the selling point from a lot of people for that console. For me, is besides the games. For me, PlayStation's all about the games. You know what I mean? So I'm not
Yeah.
worried about it at all, and it's going to be a great experience. I think both are great systems,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm disappointed that my PS5 got canceled. It's just a curiosity to me. You know, from a tech perspective, I wish I knew the answer there. You know,
I think so. We'll get that answer eventually. Like, for like, it's just the way how the velocity architecture works with the SSD and stuff, that I think it's overall like a more balanced system, and maybe that's why it's a little bit faster. But we, like, we normal people like that don't know too much about tech will not know the answer anyway. We have to hear from the other people. So we'll hear about that later, probably somewhere. Like, someone will bring it up eventually. Like,
yeah, maybe Digital Foundry or somebody will do a breakdown on that.
yeah, probably I'll see Digital Foundry doing this as well, for sure.
Yeah.
W-
I refer to them as the smart people in the room.
Yeah, a lot of people call them biased, but when you have, like I
No.
saw a tweet somebody made today, when you have Xbox fans mad at you and you have PlayStation fans mad at you, then you're probably doing something right.
I think the most thing like they don't have an allegiance at all. They just
Yeah.
go for the most power. Like they go for the hardware because it's exciting, and they just
Mm.
talk about the hardware however they want. Like
Yeah.
they want to go for the tech side, and whatever happens, like sometimes it's more exciting on one console, sometimes it's more exciting on the other.
Yeah.
Okay, we saw a lot of PlayStation 4 like pre- pref- prefer no like they prefer PlayStation 4 in last gen. We know that, but like I don't care. Maybe they saw light,
Yeah.
but on the other side, it's just like it's such exciting hardware for both sides. Then I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm love it either way. Like if you're a PlayStation fan, you're gonna be rejoicing with your low times and all the bells and whistles with the PlayStation 5. And if you're an Xbox fan, you're gonna have the same thing in an Xbox. So
Yeah, I was excited to see their breakdown of the PS5 backward compatibility because that answered some questions that I think a lot of people had about how it's going to work and the performance there. So um, they
yeah,
definitely have been answering more questions at times than even like Sony is themselves, right? So that's why it's important for them to get those consoles in these people's hands.
yeah, I'm really excited. Like, have you seen the latest video of Digital Foundry? Not the latest one, but the one with Miles Morales, where I actually show everything about Miles Morales.
I saw part. I saw part of it. I was busy, so I kind of clicked through it just to see some of the footage. I did see the where they talked about Ghost of Tsushima and 60 frames per second and all that. So that was the one that's like, okay, that's awesome, right? I want to replay that game from start on the PS5.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna show that
Okay.
video actually right now because it's that good from Digital Foundry guys. So this is like the Miles Morales next gen that they showed off, like how it all works and what it looks like. Like I'm so excited. Like I'm just looking at this, and this is like you cannot like you can compare the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X because they both have like not the most similar hardware, but they both have like the same goals, right? They both have the
Yeah.
4K textures everywhere, the ray tracing and stuff like that. So if you see stuff on the PlayStation 5, you can actually be excited that you're gonna see the same stuff on PlayStation, like on Xbox Series X. Even the S is gonna have some stuff like that.
Oh,
So
did y'all see the S footage of Watch Dogs today? That was
Yeah, it
yes,
popping
looked
up.
pretty good.
that was
That's
beautiful.
surprising. I was actually pretty dang surprised. That was another proof point, of footage, because that was a question people kept saying. Well, okay, it's not actually capable of these things that Microsoft had been touting, right? But
Yeah.
then this gameplay today of a launch game, right, kind of proved that hey, it is possible. So it brings forward the imagination of what's possible in years to come on that little 299 machine, right? It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking that already. Like the only difference is the resolution, and resolution just makes the game like a little bit like less detailed. But if you play on 1080p screen, like a normal TV, why would you even need a higher resolution, right? You can't use it,
Right.
so it doesn't matter. Like for most people that have not 4K screens, it doesn't matter at all. Like and it just looks beautiful. Like this one I'm talking about, just when I see him on the screen now, 4 seconds to main screen. Like this game is one of the fastest games I've ever seen, like loading up. Like 1 second 32 from menu to game. It's impressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm so excited. Like for next
Oh
gen.
yeah. By the way, Lord Addict, my name's Mav. Nice to meet you.
What's up, Mav? It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, been following you for a while, and I was gonna ask, how did y'all's podcast with Jason Ronald go today? That must have been pretty cool.
Oh,
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool get to have on your show, because right before launch also.
Is there some sneak peek I can know about what they said? Like something
No,
interesting?
it was public.
Yeah, it's just on their podcast.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I was out driving around with my wife, so she doesn't like listening to all my gaming stuff when I'm driving.
yeah, I do that on my bus. Like that's the problem I have. Like I can't watch these shows when I'm like gaming or stuff because I would not like hear my game, especially when it's a single player game. You want to hear the story, so I'm like, I'm just listening to every podcast when I'm on my bus, when I'm driving for 8 hours. So I just listen to all my gaming needs and stuff from the podcast that I always listen to. And gaming, like the Iron Lords, is always one of them on Monday that I listen to. Same with like Xbox 2 from Jess Gordon and Randall Tor. Those are the two I always listen to on Monday.
Was there anything that stuck out to you that he had said on the podcast that was
Not
kind of
really. I mean, we didn't want to ask him any kind of questions that would make him
right?
feel uncomfortable. Like, oh man, I have to find a way to dodge this PR speak. So we kind of kept it as
Yeah.
simple
Mainly
as
like, are you excited? Are you glad it's coming to an end?
I mean, we
Like,
still asked him
like
questions.
stuff.
It's just we stayed away from questions that we knew he couldn't answer.
Yeah, it's smart to do because, especially if you want to be having these guys back on again in the future and build up a trust level.
Yeah, I guess that's the best thing you could do as well. Like just not making them uncomfortable. Oh, maybe I clicked on
Well, it
this
makes for a
icon.
bad show too when he's just like, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. I can't answer that question. Right? It's
I don't. Oh, okay. Wait. If I do this, what happens? Let's see.
Did you make him laugh or smile? Because
Of
that is
course.
one thing I have not seen a lot of from him on his other videos.
No.
Look, man, you can't help but to have a good time on ILP.
Oh, I know, dude. You guys crack me up whenever I have a chance to watch. It's Cognito and King David are like, I think two of the funniest guys. Like just with random conversation.
This is weird. I have to keep the screen up at all times on the Hangout. On the screen
Have y'all seen
itself.
the PS4 Pro to PS5 comparisons of this game? Because the textures actually are pretty dramatically improved. Also,
Yes, they're really no. Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing two things at the same time. I've seen the gameplay. Like like the difference. It's really dramatic.
yeah,
Really,
like you can see Miles's pores in
Yeah.
his face, on the PS5.
That's how it should be. God damn
Yeah.
it! Like this is next gen 4K pores.
I think Gears 5 is going to surprise a lot of people.
I've already seen it. It's so beautiful. Are you gonna play Gears 5, Addict?
I already beat it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it again.
No, you're not gonna check out those 60 frames and 120 frames.
I might. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Because Destiny's expansion comes out
Yeah.
Tuesday too.
There's
So,
there's a lot.
yeah, that's priority over all that stuff.
You a big Destiny guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right on.
For me, it's even more annoying because the new patch for World of Warcraft, the pre-expansion patch, which always has a lot of content, comes out on the 10th, which is Tuesday. For me, it's gonna be Wednesday because I'm in Europe. So it's just when I got my Series X. So I cannot decide what I'm going to do first. Play Valhalla on the Series X or play the pre-patch. And so I'm like torn in the middle.
Dirt 5 is also like getting a lot of good reviews. People say that game is a lot of fun, and I like the other Dirt games, so I'm excited to try that game.
The game is I played it and it's dirt, but it's not really my best.
Yeah, you have to be into that kind of game in the first place, otherwise it's
I tried, retry, but I cannot get into the game. I'm sorry. Like I retry there. But
I've been having fun with Watch Dogs already, and I'm excited to see how it looks on my Series X. I'm just having trouble to making a decision right now on where I'm gonna play exactly because I've been mainly streaming when I'm playing lately. So I've been playing on my monitor, which the games look fantastic on the monitor.
yeah, the
But then
problem
I
is you will
also
not
have
have.
my other TVs, and they're like, where do I want to experience it? You know what I mean?
Let me tell you this: do you want your 120 frames?
Well, I don't have a display that's going to give me the 120 frames, period.
So you don't have HDMI 2.1 either way.
No, because my OLED that I have is B8, so it's like 4 years old at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I got my C9, so I'm good.
Yeah,
It's a TV I bought specifically when it came out, for knowing that the Series X will support HDMI 2.1. So I'm like, okay.
yeah,
So 1 year ago at Christmas, I'm like, okay, what TV has HDMI 2.1? And I could choose between the QLED and the OLED, right? And I know
yeah,
QLED is beautiful, but it's a little bit too bright for my taste. Like, it really makes my eyes hurt because it has too much nits, like they use it in brightness. And I was like, yeah, no, it doesn't have the same details on an OLED. It's not as black as an OLED. So I'm like, yeah, my choice is clear. Like with also Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, like having those things, like I'm clear, man. OLED for
yeah.
me.
The colors just pop more on OLED. But you know, when you're sitting up and you have a decent monitor and you're real up close to it, the crispness that these games have and the fluidity they have on a monitor sometimes is really good.
It
Like
dep-
Halo for me on my monitor looks better than it even does on my OLED.
okay, I can actually show you something. I'm gonna take my camera now. I have two screens here. I have my one screen where my show is on at the moment, and I have my second screen on the side.
Mm-hmm.
This screen is the same price as this screen, but this screen is not so beautiful, not so crisp. Just the letters in the corner alone, right, are just better on this screen, like those letters. So I really had like the most easy decision to just have my main monitor up, but it still matters. Like every display is different. So you could have a good display, but you wouldn't know if you have another one. Like you
Yeah.
can only test it out if you have a second one, and then you know which one is the best. But yeah, like
What do y'all think was the best game on Xbox One this generation?
The best game.
Yeah.
Um, man, it's good. Definitely gonna be a third party. That's for sure.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 comes to mind for me.
Ew, but we ain't gonna go into that. I really enjoyed XCOM. I enjoyed
Ooh, yeah.
what else?
Okay, so
I
are you
really
excited
like
for Gears
Shadow
Tactics?
Dice Twice. I love that game. What?
okay,
So are you if you XCOM is up there for you, are you excited about Gears Tactics?
I already beat Gears Tactics.
Right on.
on PC of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Or you got the review code, could be.
yeah. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. But I do hate to do this, but I got to get to this family event now. I really appreciate the invite, but if I don't leave now, I'm gonna not get there on time, and I'm gonna have to hear her for 30 minutes on how I was late.
Hey man, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it could be here for an hour, 2 hours. Like it doesn't matter. Like, it's really fun to have you on. I hope to get you on someday as well. Like again, if you want to. Maybe a little bit longer. But
I definitely understand. I told you, I do a family event on Sundays, and I was like, I can give him an hour.
yeah,
And
it's
what
cool.
you do me a service, so I'm not there for an hour. But but I definitely appreciate it. But I do got to get going. I hope you guys have a good day.
No
You too, man.
problem.
You have a good
Everything is in the description below, so you don't even need to say anything. Okay. Yeah. Bye. I couldn't. That was little bit fun. Okay, so he's gone. He didn't even say where he went or where you can find him and stuff. Like it's down in the description, so it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, okay. Oh man, that was funny. I'm glad you're here, man. Just a year.
dude.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I gotta go to a family thing. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm here, man.
Also, Graphic God, if you want to join, just let me know, man. Just message me here on the YouTubes, and I'll give you the link so you can join as well. Damn it, I haven't heard you in ages. It's been 2 days. 2 days. No. So yeah, it was that was a short. But I knew it was gonna be short, but I was just like waiting till they said it. So
we're busy making the world great, one gamer pick at a time, he says.
Oh yeah, I know. Like I'm really glad you made that thumbnail for me because I couldn't get my Photoshop to work because I am due for the month and I need to wait till the 10th to get my monies. So, yeah, that's also after tomorrow.
I'm just lucky my wife knows how to do that stuff, you know.
Yeah, I need to get one for Red to Ring Gates as well. It's gonna be the most exciting day, just the day when the consoles arrive. I'm gonna be doing Red to Ring Gates hosting. So
awesome.
Yeah,
the one thing I find
cool.
fascinating about your stuff, though, Jay, is the animations on your little gifs you make for the avatars and stuff, and the thumbnails. It's amazing.
It's really amazing, and I actually saw what he did, like how he does it. I just don't know how to do it myself. Like it's so insane how much work it takes. Like it doesn't get enough credit for it. That's what I think. Like those, my dragon, right? The flapping of the wings, like going up and down, with the head just moving and bobbing and weaving. It's like 150 pictures or something. No, that was actually like Crispy's bomb, right? You know Crispy?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like the little sparkle going on, right?
Yeah. That kind of stuff is
150 pictures.
Like your background, Jay, like with you in the arcade, is just awesome. That's just sick.
Everything he does is awesome. Everything.
I like. I could imagine like my my overlay, like for Fun Speculation. You know, if all those graphics were like moving, you know what I mean, like going, just traveling across the screen, right? It kind of looked like that retro look.
Let me do something real quick, because I really want to shout them out, and I really want to be like, let me go do something for him again.
Yeah, the secret and the limitation is the file size. That's even for screenshots for thumbnails that you're posting for a stream. Like if I screenshot my OBS and there's too much going on the screen, sometimes it could be over 2 MB, and it won't let you upload the thumbnail, right? So even just for simple things like that is interesting.
Okay, hold on. I need to check something real quick. I need to
15
find
megabit
it
max.
first. I need to find it first. I don't know where I put it though, so I have to find it first. Jay, I need something.
So far, to be honest with you, I've been more impressed with the ray tracing and Watch Dogs than I have been with Miles Morales. If I'm looking at this video, you see the mirrors and stuff on the PS5. It just doesn't look as real to me.
Really? Oh, I think they look really real, but not every
mirror good. I'm not
is
complaining about it anyway. But if you look at the Watch Dogs footage that's been being shown, to me it looks a little bit more impressive with ray tracing. And I'm not like I honestly don't really care. Like I think ray tracing adds something and it makes games look better, but I care more about the performance than I do that personally. So, but it does for certain games enhance that immersion. And I'm not gonna this game is crap because the ray tracing isn't as good as this game or whatever. But if you're just actually taking the two and comparing the implementation, I think maybe because there's so much more reflective surfaces in Watch Dogs, that could be the reason why. But it just stands out to me more for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
That's a
it's just
multi-platform game,
different.
so PS5
Yeah.
users get that benefit also, right?
Also, don't forget that the Xbox has a little bit more ray tracing cores, so maybe that's why it
Right.
looks different. Um, like they got more power behind the ray tracing, because they got more advantage with that. But damn it, I can't find the GIF
I would
from.
love to see a screenshot of like the best ray tracing screenshot from Miles Morales in 4K next to a Watch Dogs Legion screenshot in 4K with like the best shot can be made.
I want to see what Avengers is gonna look like on next gen. That's what I'm
Yeah,
waiting for.
they need to fix all the damn bugs in that game first.
No,
Like
they need to
hopefully it comes with
first
a lot of bug fixes.
First, they need the next gen patch so I get my 60 frames 4K. That's all I want. I need to get a butter smooth frame rates except of the 30 frames, even with the performance.
The performance mode even on Xbox One X is awful.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's just awful in that
And
game. They need to, and I don't know if it's just because of the build of the game or if it's the power of the console. I think there's some issues with the game. Like
this is
I'm hoping it's stable at 4K 60, right?
just a massive game.
Yeah.
That game is massive. Like the
Yeah,
games
well,
at
then
the end of this
why didn't
gen
they just
are so hard to, like, they put
why
so
did they
much
just
in
why didn't they just wait and release it next gen? You know what
because
I
they
mean?
couldn't. It's Crystal Dynamics is like EA or
That's
Activision.
Square Enix. Yeah.
Oh, Square Enix. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
but
three
that's what
publishers are
Square Enix
mostly.
could have made that decision. You know, could you
They
imagine like if
don't.
they had 3 more months of development, right? And they had, let's say, November 10th on launch day of next gen consoles, Marvel's Avengers. That could have been a huge deal. Now it's like, 3 months later, oh yeah, but it's going to get a patch, right?
Hmm.
It's just it could have been a bigger event, and the game could have shipped in a better state. And that's to me, that's on Square Enix for making that decision and getting them to get that game out earlier than maybe they should have.
Oh yeah, okay. Also, by the way, we're now watching Black Ops Cold War Domination gameplay multiplayer. I'm gonna buy this game. I really want it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
It's gonna be fun either way. Like Semi actually sold me on the game. It was like the time to kill is better, and it's like the old Modern Warfare games. I would say like a
Did
little
you
bit
play the
more.
beta?
2 matches, and I really enjoyed those 2 matches. Like I
Yeah.
don't have the time. I don't have the time to play it back then, but I really wanted to get it.
Jay, that's a great question that Jay just asked. Can I answer that first?
I don't know about Mandalorian.
So, The Mandalorian is the Star Wars show that's on Disney Plus.
Yes.
And it's, Xbox today released a tease on Twitter of a screenshot of The Mandalorian. Um, and it said, so it was from the Xbox Game Pass Twitter account. And it said something like, we are not posting this Mandalorian screenshot for no reason. Right?
Oh
They're,
yeah,
they're
actually,
saying
of
there's a
the
reason they are posting it. So what I think, it's either I think maybe Disney Plus as a whole, as part of Game Pass Ultimate,
this is
would be a pipe dream. But I think it may be like if you sign up for Game Pass Ultimate, maybe you get like 3 months free of Disney Plus, or maybe you get maybe there's another tier that could end up coming out. I don't know,
Do you
but
think this is a movie or a game? This
well, The
could be a
Mandalorian is a
render.
show. I don't think there's going to be a game or anything like that that's on
DLC
Game.
for
I
the
think
Star Wars?
Disney Plus is a streaming service, right? For Disney for all the like Marvel, Star Wars, and all the Disney movies, right? And shows. And it's like I don't know the price. I think it's like $5.99, $6.99 a month or something like that.
Yeah, but
Um,
just think about it, like what I'm thinking, right? Because Star Wars Fallen Order just came into Game Pass. Maybe it
Yeah,
is a skin, and
they
instead
might
of
have
the robot,
Mandalorian
you got the little Yoda running around.
But you know that you play as a Jedi in that game, and it just really wouldn't make sense to have a Mandalorian skin when you're playing as a Jedi.
I
It
know.
just wouldn't fit with what the game is, right?
I haven't seen the
Um,
Mandalorian yet.
I could see maybe like Battlefront 2 content with Mandalorian, possibly. But I think more than anything, I think because the screenshot was of the show, they're trying to set some kind of expectation of Disney Plus, something to do with Disney Plus.
Would
I
it
don't think
be?
it's game related.
Do you really think it's gonna be Disney Plus? That it's gonna be the more premium version? But they said we're not going to increase the price.
Well, Disney Plus is that's all there is, right? There's no like lesser version of Disney like streaming. It's just Disney Plus. So, I think that it could be a complement to Game Pass, or either a discount, or you get Disney Plus free for a certain amount of time when you sign up for Game Pass. I think there's going to be some kind of Disney Plus correlation with signing up for Game Pass. Now, the dream would be if Disney Plus was included with the Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
No, I don't think that's.
That's too like that's
If
too
they
much.
if they want to boost those numbers, I would say it could be, but that's the only reason I would say it would be. Like it's really like they said, it's profitable. Like Phil said that himself. Like that could be an option, but I don't see it
I don't see
getting
that
like
happening.
a free.
Is what I'm saying.
Like
I think
free
more likely
included.
like 3 months free or something like that. You know, as an incentive.
Nah, yeah, I'm paying actually, but I'm not watching the shows. It's so stupid of me, but I'm just paying for it every month. I don't know why.
Well, I got it weird. So it was a benefit for me. I got a year of Disney Plus for free with my cell phone service with Verizon. So I don't have to pay for Disney Plus for several more months, right? And but that deal that they did make with Verizon shows that they are willing to make deals to increase their subscriber base. So it is interesting to think about the possibilities there. I just don't know what they are, you know.
Yeah, there's so many things that can happen.
I gotta. How much is Disney Plus by itself, right? Because they
6.
gave us EA Play. EA Play by itself was like pretty cheap, you know.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 euro. It's 3 or 4 euros a month, basically.
Disney Plus price.
I think it's 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's $6.99 a month. They're not going to give us that. Like that's half the price almost of Game Pass Ultimate in of itself.
It depends on the deal that Microsoft. Like Microsoft has the money to do everything they want to do. Just think
But maybe
about it.
maybe 3 free months or 2 free months or something, you know, as an incentive when you sign up.
Maybe Disney does include with Game Pass, like Xbox does it, because Disney Plus is not doing well. Could be.
Well, they're probably not doing as well because they haven't had as much content hitting because of the pandemic, right? I think the pandemic kind of ruined some of their content plans. They would already be having the big hype for these movies that were going to be theater releases be releasing soon on Disney Plus, also, right? So it's also there was the Marvel shows that were scheduled to be coming out that have kind of been pushed back and everything. So it's interesting, and yeah, Graphic God, I agree. Like I've subscribed to EA. It was EA Access, right? For ever since it came out, because just for the discounts you get for playing the sports games, I had been getting my money back. And also, if you count the Star Wars games and other EA games, the discount you get for purchasing them gives you money back. Plus, you got to play them early and try them out. And if you didn't end up liking it, then you just don't buy it, right? And then I did get hooked into Ultimate Team for a while, so that discount saved me money, although I'm strongly against Ultimate Team now. Yeah, so EA Play has always been a good deal, and now it's part of Game Pass, just going to be even better.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I'm thinking about it. Just there's two reasons, or Disney Plus is not doing well. That could be a reason why Microsoft could be getting it into Game Pass as a free upgrade, I would say, or maybe paid. That's
Just
one
could
of
you
two.
imagine the family impact if now this is dreaming again,
Family is
right?
it's already the family stuff.
But hear me. If could you
Hmm.
just dreaming again here, right?
Yeah,
Could you imagine the family impact of having Game Pass Ultimate combined with Disney Plus and a Series S at $299, or a family can buy this box, this Series
$25
S,
a
or
month.
do the Xbox All Access and get
Hmm.
this thing for $25 a month or whatever, and hook it up to the TV, and already you have subscribed for your children or your family. Um, Plenty of content to watch in Disney Plus that you feel safe about, right? And then
Hmm.
also Game Pass, which already comes with all these games. That would be like something that would be hard for a lot of people to pass up just because of the value there, right? Alone.
It would be
Um,
amazing. Like
it would be crazy.
it would be the most shocking thing they could do. Like that would be even bigger than Bethesda. And that was something that was rumored that they were doing something bigger than ZeniMax. Sorry,
Yeah,
ZeniMax.
I think it would have a bigger impact than just about anything else they could do. I mean, the other thing would be like if they could make a deal with like Netflix or something like that. That would be
If
huge as well. But
no, I think it has to do something with the Mandalorian. So it has to do something with Disney Plus. That's what I'm saying. Like you're saying that, I think we're in the same ballpark over there. Like that we're thinking the same thing. Like it has to be something with Disney
the
Plus.
question is, how extensive is it going to be? In my opinion, like, is it going to be like a month, or is it going to be 3 months, or is it going to be
I think
included?
it's gonna be
Is there going to be
included.
another tier?
I
Like
think it's gonna be
what?
included. It's what everyone was telling about. Like there is still one amazing announcement, and they're
Right.
teasing us again on the Tuesday, like on the Monday show, like tomorrow evening, right? Or tomorrow
Hmm.
night. Like they're doing something special and you don't want to miss it. So I'm like, okay, what's gonna be? So they're teasing us with the Mandalorian. It has to be something with Disney Plus, and I think it's gonna be included in the price.
Yeah,
I just think
it's
so.
just such a. All we're going to say is that we're not posting the Mandalorian and the Child for no reason. It's just such a like.
That's the biggest tease you can give us.
Yeah. I mean, no kidding, because
It it's gonna speak volumes. Like it's gonna be everywhere tomorrow, uh, and today, of course. Like it's already
this goes
evening.
into everybody kept saying, is there one more big announcement right before launch? Is there one big announcement right before launch? And to have the thing that's going to sell the most for people is value proposition,
Hmm.
right? So even more than even more than what I've been thinking is that they were going to show the initiatives game or something like that on November 9th. I mean, that sets I think the promise of the future in gaming more, and gives people more comfort there. But to have an increase again in value, with what you're getting in the brand, is just gonna it would make a lot of people have to question their purchasing decisions, at that time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so excited, man. Like, just I want that console.
It can't come soon enough, dude.
Yes, yes. It should already be here in my home. I don't
Yeah.
even know when it's going to come. Like I don't
Jay
have
said
the
he thinks
tracking number
it's a
yet.
day early.
He bets it's gonna be date early. Like I don't
Yeah,
even have my tracking number yet. I don't even have it confirmed that it's going to be like shipped out to me. Like it's still on processing all the freaking time. I
I've
can't.
been checking mine like a hawk.
Yeah, me too. Like every few hours, I'm like, it's now, it's now, it's now, it's now. I'm like that little dog in the puppy store, like, oh, candy, 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 candy. Gimme, 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 food, 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 food.
So get this. This happened to me
Yeah.
yesterday. So the other, I already mentioned I traded in a PlayStation 4 Pro and an Xbox to GameStop like a week ago or so. So I go into GameStop yesterday and I have my gift card,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick up Dirt 5 and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster and maybe pre-order a couple games.
Okay.
So you should think, hey, you're walking into a game store that should have new games, and
Mm-hmm.
this would not be a problem, right?
Yeah.
So first off, okay, they don't have Dirt 5 for Xbox,
Yeah.
and they don't even have the ability when I'm in the store to pre-order the Series X version or get a copy of it. Um, and I'm like, okay, so can I get a code? Can because they do sell digital codes there as well. And they looked it up. No, we don't have the codes available for that, but we have the codes available for PlayStation. I'm like, okay. And I was like, well, when are you going to get more in? Or, when, then she says, I don't have that information. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. All right. So we'll move on. So I'm like, okay, next, do you have Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster? Right. So she looks it up.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that game came out yesterday. And she's like, we haven't gotten our shipment of that. Like, okay, are you serious? I was like, so do you have the codes? And she said, no, we don't have codes for that game available. So I'm like, okay, that's strange. Thank you. Have a good day. Like what has happened to GameStop where you can't walk into a game store and buy 2 brand new games that just came out? Is the only way that they sell games is if you pre-order now. That's like ridiculous. And if they don't see that as a problem that's been possibly hurting their business, they're clueless, because that makes me not be able to count on them for that in the future, right? So I won't go in there again trying to just grab a random game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No wonder that their business has been suffering. It's just crazy. 2 brand new games.
It's
It says they
sad.
just sent me an update on your Series X, Flamish. Your order was canceled. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
And by the way,
that's
it's not
crazy.
my own money at game here, so if that happens, Gaz has his money back. He needs to give me 200 then.
Let's see, I'm checking my order right now.
No, I'm not gonna check today. It's too late.
It says 2 days left. It says shipped. Noise on GameStop.
Nice. You're getting your
So
Series X? Yeah. Now I'm the
yeah,
only one waiting in the world. I'm the
I've
only
got to
one
track.
waiting in the world for my Series X. It's gonna be so
So let's
sad.
see. I'm gonna check my Amazon.
I'm gonna probably check after 12. Like that's maybe when it updates. Like, and that will be the last time I check today. I will check one more time then at 12. So in 40 minutes. 41. By the way, this is Ghost Runner part 1. So this is now. So this is very interesting game as well. Like I'm really interesting with this game. But we'll see. Yeah. You're in the
So
waiting
my
period. I know, Jago, you don't really want your Series X on day 1, but I do. Like, I don't care if someone doesn't. Like, more power to yourself, but I do want to have my next gen console on day 1. I'm so glad Gas did it for me. Like, again, like I said so many times before, I will say it every time it comes up. Like, thank you, Gas, for giving me my Series X on day 1. Yeah, like, I would not have it without him, so...
let's see. So my Amazon does not say shipped yet, which is weird.
Yeah.
But I'll check that again later. It says arriving Tuesday, but it doesn't say shipped.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Jago and Graphic God, I actually sold my PS4 today. So I'm without the PS4. No VR. I have my VR headset still. but I'm thinking about selling for 250. Like if I can't get it sold for 250, I will basically buy myself the new Quest and use that on my PC to play Alex and other beautiful VR games on PC, which is much better than PlayStation VR. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm waiting for, actually, is a VR. Interesting game so far, I have to say. Guess who's back? Back again. Marion's back. Tell a friend. But yeah, no, so there's nothing on the agenda. Is there something else you want to talk about, Mav?
No, I don't think so.
Something else? Someone has a question in chat for us.
What's up, Jago? How's it going, man?
Django. So, Jago, you're now Django from now on, which is amazing. Fun name. Who does your hair? No one. I do my own hair. It's beautiful. It's the most beautiful hair in the world.
It's pretty. I just turned on my camera so you can see my new haircut, where I look like Bobby Hill from King of the Hill.
Let me put up Hangout. Let me see if your face is actually visible enough. Nope. Okay, hold on. Let me resize this real quick.
Fun looks fun.
There we are. Now you're resized. Let me resize it
I'm
up.
resized. Okay, can we resize me in real life? That'd be cool.
If that would be possible, I would make a lot of bank.
Resized.
Yeah. But no, I can't keep down this. I'm just so excited for next 2 days. 2 days, people. Holy shit.
I'm fun sized now.
You're fun sized.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm always fun sized.
We're all fun sized. It's not only you, it's everyone.
Yeah, I can't wait to just check out all of these games. Like I think Addict earlier was saying Sekiro, and that's one that I'm actually want to maybe get. You know, I haven't ever played it because I'm not ever been into Souls games. But I think playing that game on like a stream would kind of be more fun for me. And that game's supposed to be running amazing on next gen consoles.
Yeah, 60 frames I heard.
Yeah,
but I'm also really excited for that game. Like
nice. Marion won 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate. Did you win that on Green Pass?
Nice.
That's awesome, dude.
Congratulations. And
that is a $45
else.
value, actually.
Yeah, that is. That's really beautiful. I pay mine every month now, so hey. They're so beautiful.
At some point, Game Pass is going to go up, and we just have to understand that it's going to be part of it, you know, like Netflix.
It's going to take a few years. It's going to take a few years.
I bet next year at some point we get an announcement of a small price increase.
No.
I think towards the end of the year.
No. Because they already said it's sustainable at the moment, right? And if there's more subscribers, it's going to only be more sustainable.
Yeah, that's the key. The amount of people that subscribe, the lower the price can stay. Because that's how they make their money, is in the subscription.
Yeah.
But also it makes them less fearful to raise the price when there's more subscribers.
Hey, that's Genji's blade from Overwatch. That's cool.
How is it? Is this your gameplay, Flamish?
No. I'm just using YouTube as a main source to having gameplay videos. I credit them in the description. I always subscribe to them. I always like the video. Because I cannot get my own gameplay every week. Like there's so much stuff. Like if I have one game on the screen like for 2 hours, that's a little bit boring. So I always switch between multiple videos during my show. If it's 2 hours, if it's more, then yeah. Let's go to another video. By the way, let's go to Devil May Cry 5. Whoops, that's the sound. That's not what I wanted. Thank you.
Hey Matt, how are you, Matt?
Oh, fucking hell. Always. Okay, there we go. Now he's back. Hey, Matt, you back? No, yeah, it's interesting. Like, I just can't wait. I just keep saying it over and over.
Did you hear about God Geek's video, Flamish?
Yes.
It's going to be pretty cool seeing a trailer made from one of our community members at the launch of.
He's gonna be next week on my show, so it's gonna be a very interesting show. He's gonna be here with Lupa. So nice. I got Lupa on my show, guys. Lupa. She doesn't like to be on podcast, but because my show is so different, she's like, "Hey, I'll join you." So yay to me. Right. But no.
This community keeps astounding me.
It's awesome it is. The only thing I said about the trailer itself, but that's just my own opinion. Like I cannot change what I'm thinking about this, but I think God Greek's trailer are just a little bit too long for me personally, right? I thought it was just a little bit long, but it was an amazing trailer. Like I really want you guys to look at it. Like without sound, it wouldn't do it justice. So I'm not gonna put it on my show now. I could do it, like I could show you guys, but I basically have to be silent for 2 minutes, 2 minutes 50 or something. How long is it?
I'm not sure exactly how long it is, but yeah, I would just leave it because you do need to sound up and to appreciate it in its whole. But everybody's going to be watching this launch stream and everything from Xbox anyway, so you'll be able to have a chance to watch it there.
Yeah, they were going to use it, but not in what extent or how. I think they're going to use a smaller version of it. Like they've been going to use a condensed version. That's what I'm thinking.
So they've been asking him to do little revisions here and there. So it's all set to go now.
If it's a condensed version, it's got to be more epic. That's what I'm saying. Like that's just me. Like I think it's a little bit too long, but I really love that trailer. Like his last one as well, but that was 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, it's a little bit long as well. Like he remakes them show. Like he really makes it beautiful, but that's the only gripe I have, and I'm gonna say that to him next week as well. Like I want to say it personally, like I said that to Lupa as well, but I want to say it to him as well next week when he's on the show. Like, but you cannot stop creativity. Like it's his creativity. He wants to make them that long and stuff. So I'm gonna stop about this now. It just sounds too negative to me personally. I cannot have that on my own show when I'm the positive gamer, right? I'm sorry, guys. Next topic. No topic. Don't know what to say. God damn it. What? Math, help.
All right. How about when do we think we'll see Hellblade 2 gameplay?
End of the year.
Game Awards?
Yes. Game Awards, we will see Hellblade, we will see Initiative, and we'll see Compulsion.
The only reason I was steering away from thinking about the Game Awards is because that's when they revealed it. And they tend not to keep doing the same game at the same event, right? They kind of mix it up to get different audiences at times. So, I don't know. Maybe the Game Awards would be Hellblade 2 gameplay because it did work so well with the reveal. And also, that we haven't seen Elden Ring since the Game Awards. So maybe that's when the next time we'll see it as well. We don't know. But I think I think Microsoft is going to have an interesting problem, and not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily it's not a bad problem, but they're just going to have so much freaking stuff to show the next few years to hype these games and show little bits here and there of all these games that are going to have work in the works, and then also new games that we don't even know about yet that haven't been announced yet. They got to make room for those announcements coming for years. And when are they going to do all this? Because there is 23 studios plus multiple studio. A lot of these studios can make multiple games, so you're going to have this pipeline of 30 plus games in development,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you got to stage out all these reveals, all the gameplay to give each game its chance
Yeah.
to succeed, right? And the all these shows are only so long. Um, so are we going to see more Xbox stuff at the Game Awards than we ever have before? Are we going to see more Xbox stuff at E3 next year than we ever have before?
Let me tell
Are we going to
you.
see more little events drawn out through the year where there's multiple reveals? And that's why I think we're getting something on November 9th, just because they got to start thinking about this now. Like, they already have so much stuff to show to come up with stuff to show for us. Like, there, it's not out of reasonable expectation to expect something every few months now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing that I'm thinking, right? Jeff Keighley is a huge PlayStation fan. But after the Control video, did you actually see him post more videos about PlayStation?
Well, I think he had. Did he have a hand in their game showcase? You know that they did.
I
Did
don't
he host
know.
something for that?
What I'm thinking, right? Maybe everyone is gonna lean a little bit more play Xbox from now on because of all the things they're doing. Like it's all going in good direction. If they nail this launch, right? They nail it and they have that announcement of Disney Plus. It's gonna have them so much favor. Like I think we could see a sway like going more into Xbox favor with the Game Awards and seeing a lot more Xbox games than actually PlayStation. Like they really like the Game Awards. It seems like Xbox really likes the Game Awards. Like they announced a console on that award. So I think we're gonna see a lot more.
Yeah. Well, we know we're going to see more because of the amount of stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like because if you even if you just take apart, okay, well, Bethesda had their things, right? Xbox
Mm-hmm.
had their things. Obsidian had their things, right? All of these different companies now they're all one, right? So just in sheer multiplication, there's going to be more stuff from Xbox being shown all the time. So I just hope we get something at um, the next gen launch event or on the 9th, the day before. Or what we don't like, and what we're talking about, we don't know what this Disney stuff is. The Mandalorian stuff that they were hyping about. So it's going to be interesting.
That's for sure. It's gonna be an amazing show. Like I'm excited to actually watch this live this time. Normally I don't watch it live, the Game Awards.
This
I
is the way.
actually didn't watch the Series X announcement trailer live because I didn't watch the Game Awards live last
Yeah,
year. Because it's always been a joke some years before, right? Most
yeah,
years it was a joke. Like a few years ago it was cringy as a thing with like fuck the Oscars guy. That was yeah, there was so much cringe. But it gets better over time, man. Like and I'm really excited for all this. Like man, this guy can't play. Interesting. Um. Oh, whoops. There he goes. He's dead. uh, Oh yeah, that's what happens in the game. Whoops. Also, I want to talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the other game, Odyssey. So there's something I want to say. Like, I never finished Odyssey yet,
Same.
and I've been playing that game for a long time, like over the years when it released. I think it's 2 years old at this moment. And I've been playing that game since it launched. Then I've been playing the game, and I have played like I think half an hour of it. Didn't touch it for 6 months. Then I started again, and yeah, I just keep coming back and back. And the funny thing is, Lupa actually told me about the game more, and I actually enjoy the game so much now. Really, I'm going after every question mark I can find on the map, and I'm really excited for the new one next month. Like in 2 days. I'm sorry, I pre-ordered it, like today, because my girlfriend like gave me the money, because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get it next week for sure, but I want my pre-order bonus. I want my pre-order bonus. So
Yeah, I
I'm
haven't beat Odyssey either. I started the game using the guy character, and just something about like his the character like was just like bugging me for some reason. Like it kind of seemed like a I don't know,
okay.
like it kind of he's off-putting to me for some reason.
Okay,
And I don't know
are
what it is.
you the guy or are you the girl?
I was the guy, and
Be
I
the
just lost it.
girl. Be the
So what I
girl.
did is I started over as the girl,
Yeah.
right? But I did that recently, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna have the time to beat this all the way through, and then play Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna wait and play Valhalla first because I'm way more excited about that. And then at some point, I'm gonna go back and play Odyssey. I loved Origins.
Mm-hmm.
Origins was great. But Odyssey wasn't grabbing me like Origins did the first half of the game, and I think it was because of the character. He was just I just didn't like him though. Something about like the way he talked. Hey, it's just kind of like
It's different.
kind of cheesy, you know. So far what I've played for her, it's like so much better. It's so much better. But I'm not gonna have time to go through and beat that whole game, so I'm gonna wait and play it after I beat Valhalla. And it'll be
Yeah.
a better experience anyway, right?
I
Playing on the
will
Series
tell you
X. Which would have
something
been on
that
the
happened
X.
to me yesterday with that game. I was playing the game, and I killed this giant beast, which is in Messera. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what to find over there. But there was this thing that I did, and I killed this giant beast, but giant beast. And do you know what I got that was so interesting to me? So there is one object in all the Assassin's Creed games that always comes back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's an artifact. It's been going into Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, the apple.
The apple is back into this game.
Yeah, that's in every game.
It's weird. Like,
Well, it's part of the whole
understand.
lore in the franchise. That's the whole point of it, is for them to find these pieces of the apple.
Yeah. No,
And
just the artifacts.
the apple, goes back to like, biblical things, with Adam and Eve. And then, but what you find out in the story, no spoilers, is that it's actually from a past civilization, that it was actually an artifact of like power. And you're finding the fragments of this because it leads to the secrets of this lost civilization, of the truth of the past, and all this kind of stuff. And that's what the whole concept is kind of about. And I think after Assassin's Creed 3 or 4 is when it kind of like wraps up. I can't remember
Revelations. So
Yeah.
you got normal Assassin's Creed 2, right?
Yeah.
Then you got Brotherhood. Then you got Revelations, which is the three the 3 episode arc of Ezio Auditore da Firenze. With
He was my favorite character from
he is the
Assassin's Creed.
favorite character of everyone.
Yeah.
He was the most likable. Also because you
I also
played him
like
from young
Altair
to
from
old.
Assassin's Creed 2. I liked him a lot.
Altair. Yeah, but the problem with Altair for me personally, like you didn't really saw too much of his character too much, like how he acted and stuff. Like you saw it a little
Yeah.
bit, but it was a little bit too young in the franchise to have that open world, like how they do stuff now, like grow character on you. Like it didn't happen in the game too much.
Yeah, that's kind of what I liked about him, though. He was kind of like just to the point. He was just like a serious character. And what you could tell, like with the decisions that you made, it felt like in Assassin's Creed 2 had historical impact of a huge significance, even more than any of the other games. It felt
Yeah.
like that character maybe mattered more to the franchise than any other character, even if I liked Ezio's personality and story better, if that makes sense.
I I also thought the second game, like the Assassin's Creed 2, in its entirety, was just a better game overall. Like, okay, it's the second game in the franchise. You can't really compare it because it's a whole different game. Like, it
Well,
plays completely different to me than the first one. But just all the revisions they did to the combat, to the all the other stuff in the game, it's just one of the best Assassin's Creed games ever. I don't think
yeah.
there's a game I played so much as two. Like, I played that game 3 times in a row. Like, finished it 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I played it more than once. Also, the leap from Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed 2 was huge, right? And it was like, okay, Assassin's Creed 1 was kind of like, it was a little janky, like it felt like something that wasn't necessarily complete, right? That you could see the vision they were going for. And Assassin's Creed 2 seemed like a culmination of that vision. It seems like what they had dreamt of the franchise becoming, right? And then from there, it just grew and grew. And those are my favorite games: Assassin's Creed 2 and Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4 in the whole franchise. That 2, 3, and 4 just set a standard for me,
It's
with the whole backstory and Desmond and all that stuff. Like
yeah. Like the thing I'm still curious about. Desmond sacrificed himself. We
yeah.
still don't know for what.
See, that's where Assassin's Creed kind of changed, right? So these new Assassin's Creed games are great games, and I do love these games, and I think they're important because they also go into history and you get to experience these different worlds from the past and all this stuff, and they got all these new RPG elements and stuff. But to me, they're not really Assassin's Creed games.
No.
It seems like Assassin's Creed is a way of selling these games when they could be anything, right? I want them to bring more of that story, that depth of the history of the assassins and the true um, meaning behind it back into it, because that was really like that was fascinating, like with storytelling.
Yeah.
And I want that kind of back into it.
For me, the third, like Assassin's Creed 3, right? How it was called Assassin's Creed 3 in the Civil War, right?
Yeah.
That was just a Civil War RPG. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, that was just a pirate RPG. For me personally, it wasn't Assassin's Creed, like you were saying. Then Syndicate was a French like RPG. It wasn't Assassin's Creed. Like all these games. No, Syndicate. I mean, the other game.
I think 2, 3, and 4 for me were pretty pure. Yeah, now 4
Yes.
changed it a lot because it became more open, and they implemented sea travel and all that stuff. But
No, no,
then
no,
there was
no.
Unity and Syndicate, and those were good games, except the state that they released in were really buggy and
Unity. That's what I
glitchy
meant.
and had a lot of issues, and that kind of dampened the experience for a lot of people. And that's when like Assassin's Creed started tailing off. And then, they re-envisioned it, took more time, restructured the whole every year release type deal, and they changed the whole game with Origins, right? And Origins and Odyssey
Correct.
are completely different. What I hope for Valhalla now, Valhalla is my most anticipated next gen launch game. It's my most anticipated game of this year, probably now that Halo was delayed. But
Me too.
what I hope for it is they combine this new exploration, this new RPG, huge, massive open world where you're traveling across the seas and all this stuff, and get it also back to the roots of the story somehow. That would be amazing for me. But either way, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the new game about Valhalla?
Yeah, I know you're going to be improving your settlements. You're going to
Okay.
be
So I can.
taking settlements and improving them, and
Uh-huh.
that's that's pretty. I tried to stay away from as much story information as
Okay,
possible.
but I will tell you this, and you're gonna be glad they're going a little bit more back to the roots as well
Yeah,
from
I did
Assassin's
hear
Creed.
that. Yeah,
So I don't know more as well. Like I don't know what they mean by that. I know there's like the stuff where you can be like in the old days that you're between monks or so going to cities, but that's what I've seen from a snippet of a trailer or something. But I don't know what they meant by all that stuff, like going back to the roots, right? More.
Mm.
And hopefully sneaking is back, like how it was back in the day. That was a lot more fun than how it is in Odyssey, I would say. In Odyssey, I'm so powerful now, I don't need to sneak anymore. I just like crush everything with my powers because the powers are so easy to use now. I'm playing them easy, by the way, not on the harder difficulties. So maybe that's why as well. But I really love it. Like, I really love this game so much.
I
But
think that Ubisoft has an opportunity with something that I'm curious if they'd ever really look into. And this has been rumored and theorized before,
mhm.
but as Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed, the possibility of it being in a shared world where DedSec is the assassins of the
It's
future.
huge. It's huge.
With that, if they could manage to have the next Watch Dogs game, and then at some point there's a revelation in it that you're actually part of the assassins organization, and then you get the whole abilities and all that, and you're climbing around the city, uh, my mind. Plus, you get the hacking abilities, because when I was playing those original Assassin's Creed
Mhm.
games, like Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, and you have those modern day parts where you're Desmond and you're kind of climbing around parts and stuff. I kept wondering, like, because I kept jumping up in the timeline. When is this gonna catch up to modern day, and how are they gonna implement that because of guns and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
And if they Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed in a way have a lot of similarities where you play as a part of a group trying to get rid of corruption, and by doing, by hacking and all that stuff in Watch Dogs, but that could be the modern day version, right?
Mhm.
So it's I think there's an opportunity there to dive deeper into a possible crossover of the franchises, and that would be amazing for me because I think that would enhance Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, true. Like, but the problem would be like if they melt them together, you cannot release either
Yeah,
franchise alone anymore. So I think it's a very bad
yeah.
idea, business
No,
wise.
sales wise, it would be a problem because then everything's just Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah, then everything is Assassin's Creed. Like, that's not a great idea, but I love where you're going with that. Like, actually, DedSec in some type is actually like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
It's basically blending the model here. But
Mm.
I do think it's almost my name on the game that we're showing. This is what was the game again? Sorry, Metamorphosis. It's a game where you actually transform into a bug or something. That I think that's what the game is about. I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's interesting, man. I'm just so excited for Valhalla. It's just one day away at this point for me, like 1 day and 10 minutes. And I'm gonna start it up on my series on my One X first. Well, I'm talking with Clowns because I'm gonna talk with him the whole damn night. I'm gonna stay awake after my work, and I'm gonna talk to him the whole time while he's waiting outside the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what are you
He's
eating?
a tropical storm.
What are you eating? I'm still eating my candy. Sweets. Sweet?
Sweet tart. Sweet tarts.
Oh, yeah, I still got a little bit of candy left, so it's almost empty, boys. Almost empty. Like my nose thingies from Belgium are empty. Like I still have my lollipops. I still got my painting things from my stream that I did from the charity stream. But yeah. I'm a little bit sad. Just, I want it now. Give me my Series X. Tell me my pre-order is on its way. I just want my tracking number.
All right. We also have an appointment at Best Buy on Tuesday because I have a Series S pre-ordered at Best Buy. So, but I did that one at in-store pickup, but you had to set an appointment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah, that is true.
I also got that blue controller, you know.
Mm-hmm. What the hell is this? Why is he so small all of the time? Samsa. Oh, that's another thing. It's not a guy. Huh. Interesting. This game seems interesting. Like I want to see what the game is about. Also, I'm playing a lot of different games because of Clowns now. Because with all the review games, I'm game sharing with him and get like all the review copies as well on my Xbox. So it's really interesting what's going on. And oh, they're changing faces as you walk past them. That's interesting. Holy damn, that's cool. Very interesting.
Yeah. Best Buy keeps screwing up on their website.
Why?
Because I had changed payment method.
Mm-hmm.
And because I wanted to put it on a certain card, right?
Yeah.
And they keep going back and authorizing it on the original card that it was on before.
Okay.
A lot of these retailers need to really work on their websites and the implementation.
Okay. Yeah. Is there something you can do about it? Just to...
Well, I don't think it's going to cause a problem, but it's just weird, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
On my account history.
It's just checking your pre-orders again.
Yeah, I'm ever since Target canceled mine, I am obsessively checking on my pre-orders because you never know when they're going to make a mistake and just cancel it, right? Like I have a pending authorization from them still on one of my cards from Best Buy. But while this pending authorization is still on my card from one retailer, from Best Buy, I mean, they're trying to reauthorize another card at the same time that I had already removed off of the payment system.
Okay.
So it's like once you initially do something, you better stick with that because their system does not work properly. So I'm going to have to call them.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it has to work. It has to work. Like otherwise, yeah, it's gonna be trouble. Or how do you say it? Like you want it to work like it should be, right? I mean, you're the customer. Like it just should just work. This is, by the way, the new game that came out from Terminator Resistance or something. Some people say it was a good game. I haven't seen anything of this game yet, so I'm interested in this game. But the other game, Metamorphosis, I'm actually so interested in. I put off the gameplay because I really want to play a game. Seems like a very fun game to have. I think it's gonna be a small game, but yeah, we'll see about all that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna close the show soon, guys. I'm getting a little bit tired, but I want to play a little bit more Assassin's Creed, you know. I really want to finish that story by tomorrow evening.
Yeah, you should, man. Get all amped up and ready for the next in the series.
Yeah, I'm
Such
gonna
a
be
great
so
franchise.
pumped. I'm actually glad that I waited so long now, but now I need to rush through the story to get like the full experience to see how it ends.
Did you ever play and beat Syndicate or Unity?
No. I have played Syndicate to like the first, like you have all these different guilds you have to murder or something or kill. I've murdered the first one, like beat them, and that's it. I couldn't play the game anymore. It wasn't fun. But I'm gonna check those games out on the Series X probably because I have them now through Clowns. Because I only have them on PC on my own, not on Xbox. Only Origins on, that's the first one I have on Xbox, right? From all the Assassin's Creed. All the others are all on my PC. Okay, overall that's normally better, but the Series X can all do it. Like even my buddy, like I have a friend here in Belgium that I talk with, and he's like, yeah, why are you not on the PC anymore? Dude, I'm always playing on my X. Like, I love my Xbox now. I'm sorry. I still have my PC, but I love my Xbox more, so I'm playing more in the Xbox. He's like, yeah, but you don't finish games, so does that actually matter? I'm like, I do finish more games now. I'm trying to, but it still doesn't work. Like, I always try to finish my games, but yeah, it's a little bit of trouble sometimes, I have to say. Ooh, that's close. But it's trap. But yeah, man. Anything you want to talk about before we go, or you're like, nah, it's good.
Yeah, good, man. I sent you a DM that has that Series S ray tracing gameplay, so you can check out when you feel like it. Okay. But yeah, we're good to go.
Yeah, guys. To everyone, if you want to add me on Xbox, my name is Flamish Boyke. So I'm gonna put it in chat. Like, talk to me. It's without the space, by the way, but just Flamish with BOYKE. Just add me on there. Talk to me. Put me in a party. Like, if you see me game, I'm always up to talk with people, play with games with people. I'm looking for more people to play with, you know? Like, I'm sitting on my Xbox, I'm seeing 50 friends, and no one is available. I'm like, oh, so he's playing that, but no, I don't want, I cannot talk to him in that game. Like, yeah, it's sad. I want more people to play with in Europe. But yeah, for all the other stuff, like, where can they find you, Mav?
Fun Speculation on YouTube, Fun Speculation on Twitter. Xbox Ultimate Podcast is on Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. And I'm on Four Guys with Quarters on Tuesdays.
Yes.
And I am on Next Gen Squad podcast on Fridays. Okay. And yeah, I'm doing a Green Pass Gaming is having a launch event show tomorrow, and I'll be on there for that. And then also God's Geeks is going to be doing just a small podcast on his channel tomorrow night for next gen launch, just to talk a little bit, you know. So me and him will be chatting it up on there. So check his channel out tomorrow night. And yeah, 7. I think that's at 7 Eastern. So
yeah, I'm a little bit sad because no one invited me for the chat, and it's my first real launch experience with a console. So I'm like so sad that I cannot be in one of the podcasts a little bit.
Just hang out in the chat, man.
It's not the
come out
same. It's not the same as being on the show itself. It's not the same. Like I love being on these shows, right? Like I really want to be on every show I can be. But yeah.
Well, next week I might be doing something with like a first live episode of Xbox Ultimate, possibly because I wanted to do something after the launch of the consoles. So I haven't asked anybody to be a guest yet, but if I do end up doing that, maybe you can be one of my first guests if you would like to. And I'm not doing that as a regular thing, but just because the consoles are going to be out in our hands and we can talk about it and all that kind of stuff, I think it could be fun.
Yeah, just know I don't get a PlayStation 5, so I cannot really talk about the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I'm mainly talking, it's the Xbox podcast, so it'll be about it.
Yeah, it's the Xbox Ultimate Podcast. It's a really fun show, by the way. I really love enjoying those episodes. Oh my god, websites. I really love listening to those. So
I try and keep it short and sweet and just kind of go over topics. This past week I did something different where I just talked about like Xbox history kind of leading up to the launch, and where it might be going. So I had fun with that one, but I appreciate it, guys.
Okay. And where you can find me, guys, here on my channel, for GQ, for Guys with Quarters, you can find me on there for GQ TV for doing a review. I recently did review for 9 Monkeys of Shaolin together with Clowns. We have this format going on where we actually do a double review, like doing 2 guys at the same time and pinching a little bit of each other about what we thought about the game. Was my first review ever. So if you haven't seen that one, go to that channel, check it out, subscribe here if you want to see more of these shows. I'm doing one every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's my 10 p.m. CST. CEST. I'm sorry. Central Eastern Europe time. That's when I do my shows. So, yeah, guys, I will say this is the end of the show. It was all fun having you going on. And like I always say at the end of my show, guys, stay happy. No, stay positive and be happy, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.